This is the flow.
Kia ora ite whānau. You are tapped into 88.6 today, and I'm joined today by the mighty Caru and Brandn Shiraz on RadioActive.fm. Today, hot off their 2 for 2 EP release. Now these guys are no stranger to the SRN airwaves with their music taking over New Zealand. And they're here to chat about their productions, their sounds, and yeah, hot off their Te Manutaki Tahiko o Te Tau Award for Best Electronic Artist. So kia ora guys, how are you doing today?
Yo, kia ora, yeah, we're good.
Yo, gangster, yeah. Thanks for joining us today. Congrats on the release, so mean.
Thank you.
Sure for having us.
No, thanks so much for coming on. So yeah, this album, this release is inspired, by that sort of pirate radio sound as we've seen online. So I'd love to hear about that, sort of what elements inspired you with that.
Yeah, cool. I mean, I think at around when we went into the COVID lockdown years ago, that's when I really got obsessed with UK garage and the history of it, and it kind of just traveled down this wormhole of learning about the history of it and all the songs that came out back in the day, because I had barely any exposure to that kind of music when I was younger, and so it was this whole new world of discovering all these old tracks, and I would find these amazing tracks that released back in the day, but only ever got released on vinyl. And part of the reason I started producing garage was just because I was trying to make these tracks, or make similar tracks to these ones that were digitally unattainable, and it just, I don't know, that just became this thing of just
yeah, gangster. And do you feel like that sort of Brandn inspired the flow that you sort of used to write?
Yeah, 100%. Because I came up doing just mostly hip hop stuff, and then I don't know, I think just from doing it so long, you get to a point where you kind of want to try and push the boundaries a bit, push the pen, and then it was almost kind of like a little side project for both of us in a way, because it was more of just a little fun, we I don't know, this thing that we both like doing. Yeah. And I was kind of just interested in trying a different type, because it's not even really rapping as well. It's MCing. It's a different. So, kind of just when I got into doing that, it was just more to just push the pen a little bit, and then just try and just explore different sounds in that. So
true. So yeah, especially because obviously, Caru, you've come through with, is it Amugi?
Yes,
yeah.
Amugi, yeah.
And then, Brandn, you've come through, coming up with, Shiraz and LSJ and stuff. And I was just wondering, those sounds that you guys, have, how do you feel sort of how you've started in, that sort of pop sound combined with that hip-hop, how do you think that influences, the music you make now?
Oh, I think for me, when Yeri and I started playing shows with Amugi, it was really often, we're playing shows every other weekend, and it was all about testing out new tracks with audiences and to see how people react to it, and that was always my favorite part of it. And so I feel that's definitely carried over into what we're up to now. There's so much of just coming up with new ideas for tracks and giving them a go for the first time at a show, and it's a little bit I don't know, experimental, and I feel it's really based around the live experience, and all the tracks that we play are all, we play them out live to figure out what to do with them next, we'll be coming back and making tweaks after playing a show, and this section should be a bit longer or stuff like that, and so it's really based around playing it live, and so I feel that influence through all the Amugi shows that we played in the past, it definitely carries over into this project.
Yo, gangster.
I think I think still with what we're doing, or when I'm MCing, you can still kind of tell that I come from doing we were doing kind of lo-fi sort of boom bap kind of stuff in the beginning. So I think if you do actually compare our thing to the actual the actual OGs in the UK and all that, you can hear the difference of that. I came up doing what I was doing, but
I think that's what makes NZG so unique and so special. It's that mix of culture.
I try not to I try to just be myself on whatever track as well. Same with the bro. Like it's I think we're always still like giving a part of where we're from and all that as well. So.
And I feel like you guys have such like a good live energy. Like I caught you guys at Northern Bass.
Like,
I frothed it. You guys were so good. And I had mates that were down at Twisted, and they like were like rated you guys so highly. I feel like you're like your live presence is so like good. I've heard you guys like taking over like the summer festival rotation, which is real mean.
But
I was just wondering, like, because like obviously performing live is so like awesome. I just want to know like how that sort of influenced, like, you know, with things like Neck of the Woods closing, like how does that influence you guys like as artists and stuff?
I mean, it's like pretty devastating news, you know, to have Neck of the Woods closing and then Flying Out closing in the same day. You know? And I don't know, I feel like it's hard for us to be celebrating this release when it's like the community is hurting right now, you know? Yeah, and so I don't know, I think it was a reminder of like why we even make this music in the first place and what we're doing it for, you know, because it's always been for the community, and it became the whole reason that we were writing these tracks is to get out to the shows and play them for people and stuff, you know, and so I don't know. Yeah, it's a really difficult thing to see happen, and
it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is fully heartbreaking, you know. But
shout out Neck of the Woods. Sort of like when I first came into like being like doing music and being like around K Road and all that. I'm pretty sure it was like this was sort of like when I was kind of like 15, 16.
Yeah,
I think Neck of the Woods had like just kind of opened that year or whatever. So it's like. Right, sad, because it feels like it's been part of like my journey from coming in. Like, Neck of the Woods it was this new thing, and then so
it's hard when like those spaces that like really foster like that underground scene are like all shutting down and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's hard because I guess you got to like find your own ways to sort of like keep influencing the scene.
Sure, yeah.
But it's tough. It's tough. Anyway, but I was just wondering, like, on that sort of keeping on that live energy, like what's been like your guys' best like live performing moment that you've had, like especially on that summer rotation?
I mean, I think Twisted Frequency was kind of a crazy one for us, because we had a 2-hour slot, you know, and so we had a lot of time to play around with different ideas and stuff, and so. I don't know, and then something about just like the Twisted Frequency crowd, like everyone was so.
It felt like we were like on a different planet. Or something like it was actually like, where are we right now?
In the warps, like
no, definitely. And I think the night that we played Twisted Frequency was the night after they had a big flood evacuation.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And so like. On the night when we were playing, everyone was raring to go because nothing happened the night before, you know. And so I think it was just kind of like. Obviously, it was such a shame that storm happened, but like it just made the energy for our set like kind of unreal.
Yeah, and I feel like you guys are already known for like amplifying a crowd, like bringing that energy, so it would have been like out the gate. True. Well, also I just was sort of like wondering with that because obviously like underground sound is so important, especially like supporting those festivals, like those local ones like Explore, Twisted Frequency, and everything. And I was just wondering like how do you feel like the New Zealand sound is sort of like evolving and stuff like. Especially with sort of the underground sound sort of like being pushed. So there was really bad wording.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I see what you're getting at. Like, I don't know. I think it's like really cool to see people embracing like underground sounds and music that isn't. I don't know. I feel like for me personally, for a long time, the way that I approached writing songs, I couldn't get out of my head like the streaming platform, you know, and it was all about like trying to make a song that captures people's attention within the first 30 seconds and like making sure it's not too long and like, I don't know, all these kind of different influences coming into play. But with dance music, it felt so freeing, you know, and it was just like kind of designing music for DJs rather than like your average listener. And I don't know, I think that it's beautiful to see like people kind of embrace that, you know, and I think that like it's the sentiment within the music industry is often that no one cares about beats and it's all about the vocalist, and like I don't know, I think that these kind of festivals just show that there is this entire community in Aotearoa that like care about beats, you know, and that's like that's what it's made for, and I don't know, it's amazing.
Gangster. Yeah. Well, anyway, as we sort of like round off, I just want to know like any dream collabs you guys have, like
Dream collabs. I would love to come into RadioActive FM and do a live session.
Of course. That's number one.
That's number one. I I don't know. I feel like there's so many artists that influence us overseas, obviously, and particularly from the UK, and we're always looking to them for inspiration and stuff. But I feel like most of the artists that spring to mind when you say that are local artists. You know, I love the community that we have here in Aotearoa, and like I love that collaborating has the potential to like uplift other artists, you know. And so I don't know, everyone off the top of my head that I'd love to collaborate with are like my friends, you know, people that I'm like yet to make music with. Like, I don't know.
Not facts.
Yeah, and I feel like it's especially awesome when it's like you're backed by such an awesome like local lineup like tonight, which should be real mean. So yeah, can you tell us about the gig that's going on tonight?
Yeah. Garage sale is down at Moon Bar in Newtown.
Yo.
Yeah, it's actually a bit of a full circle moment for me, because the first time that I came down to play a DJ set in Wellington was a garage sale show, and it's like one of the first garage sale shows. Yeah, and so and that night that DJ set was just like transformative for me. Like I just feel like a lot of DJs can probably relate to like the first ever set that they played that was amazing, you know, and that you had like an amazing energy in the crowd, and I just feel like that was the night that I decided like this is what I should be doing with my life, you know. Like I can't believe that this is even a job, you know. Like I don't know, and so I don't know, that first show that I played down here was like so important to me, and so to be at bringing Brandon down and like celebrating our release and like doing it again with Garage Sale just feels like so right. Like I wouldn't want to do it any other way, you know. And so I've got so much love for Casper and Noya, for the boys behind Garage Sale. And I don't know, they're really tapped into the scene, and I think that they're really wary of like putting on the right artists and curating the night really nicely. And so I'm really stoked that we have Clover on board. I've been such a huge fan of her music for ages, and we've worked together a little bit in the past as well. I mastered a track for her. But I've been loving all of her music that she's releasing, and so I was just so stoked to have her on the lineup. And obviously, like Will UV is kind of like an underground hero down here, you know. And so like I'm like, super excited for a set, and so I just think that it's forecast to be a beautiful night, and you should definitely pull up.
Yeah, you can buy tickets on the Garage Sale Instagram. I think you can find a link there. But it should be real mean. You guys are on 11:30 to 1.
That's right.
Yo, that's what's up. Moon Bar, the place to be this Friday. And to get a little taster, we've got to jump in for a cheeky little guest performance.
Sure.
So, we'll jump into a couple ads, and then after that, you guys will be in the mix.
Get a vibe going.
Yeah, all good. You're tapped into 88.6 FM on RadioActive.